sell you the cure, which comes in the form of a pill, or that there's something wrong with you, that you need to fix something, you need to go into therapy because obviously you live a great life and now that you're not satisfied, something's wrong with you. Nothing, hear me on this, nothing could be further from the truth. Here's what this really is. This is an awakening that happens in our midlife. It's kind of our soul letting us know that there's something else out there that you're here for. You actually have been given a mission. You have a purpose in life. And this is a time where you are meant to become aware of that purpose. Now, oftentimes this also can be brought on by a traumatic event in our lives. It could be a divorce, which was the case for me. It could be, something bad happens in our lives, like an accident, or it's the kids leaving and you're an empty nester, or there is some sort of an event that brings this on, right? And the idea then is that you allow yourself to explore that. When you just sit with that question, what else is out there for me? And whatever comes up, because at some point the answer will come, that you are curious about it. And let me tell you, in my case, it was really interesting because, and I've seen this with other people too, it's typically 180-degree departure from what we have been doing up until now. That's why it's so scary for most of us to step into it, because it's you have a great life, you've been really successful, everything's sort of settled, and then all of a sudden there's this, I want something more. And then when this something more reveals itself, it's a big thing, and we get overwhelmed because it's so far outside of our comfort zone that it scares us. And that's why a lot of people never act on it. Let me share with you what happened in my case. I went through a divorce and then I took a sabbatical from work. I came down here to Mexico. I did yoga teacher training. And in that teacher training, I had what I call an awakening, and came out of a morning meditation. It was 8 a.m. I was looking out. We were sitting on this beautiful rooftop and I was looking out over the ocean. I saw the sun rays hitting the water in a certain way. And all of a sudden, with my eyes wide open, by the way, wide open, I heard a male voice speaking into this ear saying, Simona, you have to move here. And there were no males on that rooftop. I guarantee you that. And so when this happened, I had a whole full body experience. I felt it in every cell of my body. And I remember thinking, I want that. I want that. And the next thought that popped into my head is, how is it ever going to happen? And I started to discard it, right? Here's the thing though, the universe always brings you what you need when you need it. And it comes to your aid to bring you the resources for the fulfillment of whatever that vision, whatever that goal is for you, when you are a yes to it. And me saying in my mind, I want that, was that decision, that was that declaration. And so in that small group of women that were the teacher trainees, there was a woman that was a life coach, and I, long story short, ended up working with her, and she opened a door for me where I could for the first time see a glimpse of what that could look like. She then introduced me to her mentor. I worked with her mentor for a year. I learned the skills, the coaching skills, the business skills, the mindset skills. And in that year, I met somebody else who was also in that group of people that were working with this mentor. And she introduced me to somebody else. And that new mentor blew the door wide open. So it was a journey for me. I had to learn the skills. I had to allow myself to embrace what I wanted. And that's the key, you guys. When whatever bubbles up for you, it's going to be a most likely a radical departure from what you've been doing up until now. The idea is that you don't discard it, that you don't say, oh, this is too far-fetched, I could never do this, and then get into the loop and the rabbit hole of all the reasons why you can't. Understand this. You are never given something that you can't have, right? But you get to decide. That's your choice. That's your power that you have. Whatever it is that you become aware of what that next step is for you, metaphysically speaking, comes from upstairs. It comes from the universe. It comes from source, from your divine creator. And it's actually that source, that divine seeking expression with and through you. Yes, that's how important you truly are. And here's the real cool thing. All the things that you need to get to that point, to making that vision your reality, to fulfill your purpose, you already have all of them inside. It's just that you have to go on a little treasure hunt on the inside and dig up that diamond in the rough so you can polish it and you can shine its light into the world and share your beautiful gifts with other people that need what you have to offer. That's the journey. That requires some soul searching, some digging, and also the mindset to embrace it and to not be afraid and to not discard it as, oh my God, it's too far-fetched. And trust me, I've heard some really interesting things of when people are asked this question, what is it that you really want to do with the rest of your life? Stuff comes up when you know how to ask the question in the right way. And I was speaking not too long ago with a very successful movie executive. And what came up for him was something so radically different. What he really wanted to do was to become an olive farmer in Israel. And he said, I know nothing about olives except that I like them. I know nothing about farming. But the idea here is it's coming up for a reason, right? And your job then is to get curious about it and to embrace it. And this is where so many people stop because it sounds too far out there. It's way outside of people's safety zones, right? And so it's too scary to go there, even in our mind. And then we never explore the vision, and we definitely are not doing anything about it, so we can never have it. The reason that you're waking up is because you, my friend, are here with a purpose and with a mission that is given to you from upstairs. Your job is to explore that with curiosity, to not negate it, and to ask different questions. How can I? How can I get there? What are the skills that I need to learn, if any? Maybe I already have the skill set. What would need to be the next step for me? Because when you take that first step, then the path starts unfolding. And this is where coaches and mentors are really important. I was so glad I had people that took me by the hand and then said, okay, you want this, Simona? Let me show you how. And I worked with them, and I'm so glad I did. And if this is you, because I'm in a very different place now. I'm living in this beautiful place in Mexico. I'm doing work that I love with people that I love. And if you had asked me this 10 years ago, I would have never thought that I would be in a position like that I would actually be able to do the things that I'm doing, because it was so far-fetched. That's why the universe and the divine and its infinite wisdom only reveal your purpose to you one small step at a time. Well, that step will still challenge you and it will stretch you, right? But you'll see it to be manageable. And then as you step into that, the next piece will be revealed, and the next piece, until you are in that purpose, until you are living that vision. And that vision, that purpose that you have, requires that you grow into the person who's filling the shoes of that vision. And here's the really good news, because you already have everything on the inside. It just needs to be brought forth. So if this is you, if you are in a situation right now where you are thinking, oh my God, there has to be something else out there for me. I just know that there is more for me. And I can't maybe not put my finger on it just this very moment, but I know I have something really special coming up in March. This is for a small group of people who are going to explore that, allow that vision to bubble up, own it, and actually take the steps to pursue it in a small group and supported by me. So if this is something that is up for you right now, reach out to me. I'll be happy to share more about the details. Just send me a private message if we're connected on Facebook. If not, send me an email to simona@𝐶MonaXOL.com. Be happy to talk to you informally and share more, because this is so dear to my heart, because I was so grateful that I had people who helped me, not only